Greetings, fellow Wendigo. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech, the first Wendigo, episode 102, Doom Thyself. So first things first, let's talk about power generation. As much as I would like to continue adding geothermal generators, I think realistically, we are not going to be able to protect this one all that well. It is in the path of raids. So instead, I think it is pretty reasonable to offset the sun lamps with additional solar power and wind power. And we do have plenty of space. Oh man, it's one tile away from being perfect to go vertical. We have plenty of space to be able to add some additional wind and solar. So that is how I'm going to initially add to the power grid. Ooh, that works out oddly well. This might be enough. I might add a few more solar panels, just because solar panels works quite well pairing with sun lamps. Because when the sun lamps are on, the solar panels usually draw power unless it's, solar eclipse or something like that. The other place that I could add some additional solar is over here, where this is behind the walls for our uranium slug turrets. So it should be relatively protected compared to the rest of the base, because it's all enclosed and encapsulated. So that's good. So this will be the power grid that we add. That addition is going to require probably Wendy to do some smithing, because I don't have a lot of components. So Wendy here is going to be tasked with that shortly. Now, last stream, we did add a whole lot of waste pack atomizers, and I'm really curious if we are in the net negative now. So, to keep track of that... that's insect meat. Where is my waste packs? We have 54. So over the course of time, because it averages out over time, we'll figure out if we're in the net negative or not. Of course, we are just finished up gestating... Not just, but recently finished up gestating a War Queen and a Diabolus. And the Diabolus was pretty instrumental in defending against some of these raids here, because we did have a combined, like, breacher pollution retaliation raid, like, kind of all at once, and it was really messy. But the Diabolus gave its life? That's probably a bad term for a robot. But gave its consciousness, or body, or whatever, to the defense of the colony, and it really worked out well. So... just making sure that everything's on proper zones. The lifter bots are still on haul zones, so let's make sure that there's still stuff left for them to haul. We had been in a bit of a deficit of steel, but then we had Cactus come out here and grab a whole bunch of steel, so it looks like we are still have yet to haul all that steel away, or even mine it. But after mining up whatever remaining steel in these mountains that we see, there's probably not a whole lot of terrestrial, not underground steel left. So we'll have to deep drill for it. Meaning it might be wise to get a second drilling slave. What is this game about? Well, the game and the series are very different. But I do have an about command to cover sort of both. Let's check in on the egg donors. So it looks like ovum extraction timers are about 2 days. Pointer here could be gene scanned. It says Kath needs death rest, hitting death exhaustion. I might put it to poll whether or not we even bother death resting slaves. I sort of have a feeling like it's something I don't want to do, but I might leave it up to you guys. So Wendy, what are you currently working on? You are sitting on your throne regaining your psi focus. That's perfect. You keep doing that. Kiwa, JFed, thank you for the resubs. And it looks like I'm being attacked by Mech Hive, a Prepare a While Mech Hive. Where the heck are they? Oh, they're landing in the pollution. Oh. Dang. Alright. So 3 Diaboluses. How many Lancers? 26 What is this? What is this, the National Mech Convention? Some Legionaries. So the Legionaries actually might play against the Diaboluses. Because the Legionaries, of course, have those dome shields that can cause the Diaboluses' shots to backfire. So probably the way to do this is to have either allies show up, and for Wendy to do side casting behind the scenes, using the allies as cannon fodder. And that's probably going to be the approach I take, because Wendy needs more time sitting on her throne to regain psi focus. So I'm going to tell my robots and people to stay the hell behind the walls, because that is one hell of a death bubble. How many mechs in total? 44 mechs in total, and 3 of them are Diaboluses. I would love to pick apart those Diaboluses for signal chips, though. If we got some additional signal chips, I believe Mass is already maxed out on mech gestation processors, but Wendy could get some as well, which wouldn't be terrible, because she is bound to the War Queen. And that would allow her to regestate War Queens quickly. Or we did have the option from last stream to get a 4th Mechanator from the Ancient Mechanator Complex, allowing us to have another combat Mechanator. Just a little reminder that Bryzik controls the worker bots, and then Wendy controls only the War Queen. And the War Queen is so specialized as a mech that it's not treated as like a normal mech. It is really just a war urchin factory, like a Zergling spam type thing. And then, of course, Mass is the one that controls all the combat bots, but Mass's brain is kind of a puddle at the moment, with multiple brain injuries. On Luciferium, to be healed soon, but, yeah, not highly functional. Something else that we could do, if we had cannon fodder, is try to let loose some of the Doomsday Launchers. The Doomsday Launchers, if I shot enough of them, they would probably kill a considerable amount of the Lancers, leaving only some of the tougher mechs left standing. So I think that's going to be my approach, because I don't think that with aids and psi-casts, Wendy is going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to this grouping. So taking a look at my western entryway, it is open and there is valid access. So when I am attacked by these mechs, they will march past these slug turrets and go through the kill corridor, which is perfect. I'm trying to think. It probably should be Wendy to launch, but that means Lo needs to give up the Doomsday Launcher. So I think what I'll do here is this. Lo is going to go round up the Doomsday Launchers so that Wendy doesn't have to do it for herself. And then Wendy is going to call in Caravan Aid, and basically, as the Lancers, because they move the quickest, as the Lancers respond to the fight, and because there's the most of them, there's 26 Lancers and only 6 pikemen, Wendy's going to let loose a whole bunch of Doomsday Launchers to try to thin out the crowd, leaving maybe only the Legionaries, which are really easy to skip and bash, and then the Diaboluses, which the Slug Turret should pick apart. So Lo is just collecting the Doomsday Launchers. And why Doomsday Launchers over Triple Launchers? The Triple Launchers would penetrate deep, but it's not going to be a large splash, so it's not going to hit as many enemies. So if I launch multiple Doomsday Launchers, we should punch through most of the shields and all that jazz. All right. Barricades in front of the mechs, slowing the mechs in front of the slugs. Barricades also offered cover, so it's a double-edged sword. We live in deep snow, so the deep snow is slowing them down pretty sufficiently. Whereas if I... I do need to repair that, though. Whereas if I... If I created barricades here and some of the barricades got destroyed, it would just give the enemy cover that they didn't previously have, so it would not be a net benefit, in my opinion. So Lo is grabbing the Doomsday Launcher. Also, prize it. What is your cooldown? 31 days. Okay, so we're not going to be doing that Trooper Squad. Do the Slug Launchers have power? They do, yes. They're not currently powered, but they will, because they're on a false circuit. Fencers do offer cover, yeah. These slate barricades. And fences offer cover. Pretty much everything in the game offers cover for the most part. So there's no good way of perfecting that. Plus, as I said, it's unnecessary. As you will see. If anyone has been here for multiple streams, you know how I use the slug turrets. So no matter how fast you move past the slug turrets, it doesn't really matter, because I can sort of game the system so that you spend more time. The other tactic I could use here is to deploy low shields with low. Low's low shields. That sounds funny. But I think I'm just going to call in a trooper squad instead. And offer them up as sacrifice. Because that should be just fine. So let me go red for the battle. And we'll get that going. I didn't realize the game was going to be this spicy this early. Not giving me a warm-up period. But hey, that's... well, that's just how the game goes sometimes. Alright, so Lo is no longer on the caravan. Wendy is getting ready. There is one that she can't carry because it's too heavy. I'll leave it there, it's fine. What inspired me to stream? I was doing this as a hobby just for fun because I enjoy it. And then it became popular. So then I started to do it for work. But even though it's technically work, I still have a lot of fun. As one should in this business. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is a long jump. A very short one, just so that I drop as a target for the Lancers. And then start to launch center mass. Okay, so Wendy is getting shot at. I figured she would be. She's getting shot at more than I'm comfortable with, so she's stuck in the long cooldown of shot recovery. It's really too bad that I don't have the invisibility sidecast, because that would honestly be very useful to me, given the situation. So I have a pretty shredded torso. I mean, she's a vampire, so it's not super serious. But I don't want to go into forced death rest either. Man, those allies did not hold up very long. I could Aerodrone Salvo or Jan Squad. I'll probably Jan Squad because it's less honor. And I'll use them, I'll try to use them as a better cannon fodder. Because now they're getting shot at and I'm not. I don't know why I didn't drop as a target before, but it didn't obviously work. So there's another good section of big mechs. Another thing I could do is skip shield, but that is a... No, it's not unreasonable, I guess. Yeah, I really want to get the bulk of the Lancers done. Oh, right, skip shield. I forgot. It's a barrier in both directions. So now she's forced death rest, because I completely forgot that unlike a low shield, it doesn't work both ways. Lovely! Alright. Well, in that case, let's get Mass and Bryzet out to the... No, it's fine. She's a vampire. She's really not in any particular danger. I'm gonna get Mass... No, I'm actually just going to put Mass near the actual kill box. So let's get our mechs rounded up. The only one I can't draft is Die, but I wouldn't want to use Die in this situation anyway, so it's fine. And we'll get Marauder and Mass out in the west, and then put the rest of them in the kill box. so that I can take shots with Marauder. As far as mechs go, let's see. T-Sang is still shredding mechs on the machining table, which is a bit of a problem because he goes out in the open where it is dangerous. Alright, Marauder, I want you down here. So I'll have to adjust for that in a minute. All the remaining mechs that I have, I'm going to bunker down because they're going to be shot at here in a second. Okay, cool. So she's just sleeping it off. Her torso's already healed up to 12 from 0. She's just going to have hemorrhaging cravings. And to be in forced death rest, and I can easily scoop her up and put her where I need her to be. So the hope is to use Marauder with the Hellsphere cannon to try to whittle down some of their quick movers. But I will have fighters down here ready to go. Idiot Jack, what is your mood? Alright, I am going to have you consume a lavish meal for once, because I need you in a good mood heading into this. Disable auto-wake? I'm not going to need to disable auto-wake because she's not going to wake up for another 2 days. It's not going to be an issue or a problem. So Frosty, Mitty, you guys are good to go. Let's hope your moods stay up. Rest of my mechs are down there. 88 Jack is eating a lavish meal so it doesn't have a mental break while out. 88 Jack also doesn't really have a helmet, but, you know, whatever. So there aren't a lot of... Oh, you broke... Interesting. So, for whatever reason, this Diabolist chose to attack the north wall. I'm not sure why, because it does have a valid path into my kill box. And, I don't have anything out there. So it's going to ignore the hole in the wall and just take the route that I had predetermined. But weird that that would even happen. Alright, T-Sang, I am suspending the shred mech. Oh, you're going to do it anyway, because it is my own war urchins. Well, fine. So the range for Marauder isn't that great. I'm sort of curious if I can get the Lancers to stand still a second by giving up them a target. Between... I'm trying to figure out if there's, okay, robust. Mitty, I'm going to have you come up here and do some quick repairs. I never got around to repairing up the slug turrets from last fight, so a lot of them are really damaged, except for the brand new one. And that poses a bit of a problem because, you know, I don't want them destroyed in this process. Okay, let's suspend the shred urchins so that T-Sang goes back inside. Marauder's more or less just tanking at the moment. And then Mitty should be coming up, yeah, from the kill box. Perfect. Bryzet will be joining probably the rest of the shooters down there, so I'm going to send Bryzet down now. Because also Bryzet is the controller of Orange Chaos, which is the, which is going to be important mech to control in this upcoming fight. Wow, congratulations, you hit nothing. Okay, I don't think Marauder is going to be all that effective, so I'm going to have Marauder fall back. Rexy and the other hauler mechs are going to be locked down inside for this as well. It's going to be safer for them. And what I really wanted to do is I wanted to give the slug turrets the opportunity to shoot at the Diabolists. But I can always slam the door shut with one of the brawlers in order to trigger them to double back. If I need to. Let's just keep a close eye on the slug turret health. So that nothing gets destroyed. So when is the perfect time to slam that door shut? Frosty, I'm going to have you come over here. Actually, no, Frosty, you get ready to close the door. Bryzit, you open the other one. Oh, and Slowwayne and Dakaboy didn't get cordoned off quite in time, but that's okay. I mean, they're worker bots. They're easy to repair and replace. Yeah, there goes Slowwayne. And here comes the initial attack of Lancers. The problem is, at the moment, I don't have control over these guys because Mass is too far away, so I'm going to have Mass stop repairing Marauder. Marauder is going to start making his way down to the kill box, just in case. And let's go ahead and Frosty... Bryzit should be opening that door any second, so I'm going to have Frosty... get ready to close this one. Flip-flopping the valid path for the Diabluses. Where are the Diabluses? There's one, there's two. Where's the third? Where is the third? Hold on, let me go to the numbers. One, two, oh, no, they're all three here. Okay. Flip-flopping the Diabluses now. Bryzit has that door open. Perfect. And then, Lo, your responsibility in this community was Doctor. So now, before the mechs double back, I'm going to have you go scoop Wendy up. Alright. Mass, are you... Mass is close enough now, so you start chasing... Perfect. 88 Jack still needs a shield belt. That's like long overdue. Oh, there goes Critical Foxes, to be resurrected later. The Diabluses, I don't know why Cactus is out, but the Diabluses are turning back around, going to the valid path to the east. And Bryzit, you switch doors. Alright, so let's check on Lo. You are going to go... I'm going to have Lo caravan that stuff back into. No problem. Alright, let's force the enemies to come further into the kill box rather than hang out in the choke point. Dakaboy made it inside, which is hilarious. Alright, if it's gonna be like that, I'm gonna attack you. So here's the Wendy rescue. And we'll be long gone before anything comes by that matters. Middy's doing a really good job of repairing these turrets. So we'll just keep doing that. And this Diablos is starting to get shot at. We're just going to have to do a lot of reloading. Cactus, what are you doing? Cactus, you're going to be locked down behind the walls. Nope, into bunker. Because I don't want you out there. Alright, finally they're starting to come in all the way. 88 Jack, you're not going to be useful given that you don't have a shield belt, so get out of there. So this Diabolus is going to be moving to this location in order to use Hellsphere, and I'm obviously going to work against that. The remaining mechs that are in the maze are just about cleared out. So actually, Jack, you can go and open this door again. And then maybe... no, Mass is brain damage. Bryzit, you go and close this door. But not yet, because I don't want you passing in front of the Lancer. Okay, so one Diabolus is down. Down because of the slugs. There goes two. And this is why I don't need the barricades in this area, because I can just flip-flop the door and then force them to march past the point again. All that is left is one Diabolus. So actually this is disbanded. I don't need anyone here. You all can go back to recharge. Marauder included. Bryzit, you go toggle the state of this door. And Jack, yeah, toggle the state of that door, but repair it. This is the final Diabolus, and it's going to get shredded, I suspect. Oh, no. Sorry. Let's untoggle the state of that door, because that Diabolus turned back around. Where'd it go? Did it die? Oh, it died. Right? Yeah, it's gone. Okay, cool. We are clear. Big old mega raid. And even without Wendy, you know, it's manageable. Solo is bringing her to her death rest casket, which is unfortunate that happened, but hey, you know, things happen. And all we got to do is to regestate some mechs. So we will have a medium mech and a light mech that died. Yep. Medium and light. So Mass, you go grab critical foxes, and then once Bryzit is done with that door, you're done. Cool. You go grab Soulwane. There we go. That's how we handle it. And right as Wendy sleeps, the cold snap ends. Good timing, I suppose. So she's going to have hemorrhaging cravings. But she is in forced death rest, so I'm not going to wake her until she's up, unless I need to. Unless it's like some sort of emergency. Good job, Mitty. Actually, Mitty, if you're not moody... Yeah, keep preparing these... because they are integral to our defense. Remember to toggle the shredding back on? Yeah, absolutely. Especially given what we just killed. Cataphract helmet just got done. I think that's for MIDI as well. Because you have tattered helmet. Yes, you do. Well, now we have 3 signal chips. So I'm going to need to figure out what to do with the signal chips as well. Whether we do implants or... Really, it's just implants. There's not a lot of, else that I could do with the signal chips at the moment. If we take a look at what requires signal chips, that would be the gestation processors, which we can make 3 of with the 3 signal chips. Or the control sublinks, and I believe Bryzit's already at control sublink max. Yeah. Bryzit's already at, well, sublink 3, and then the additional 3 to get you up to 6 would have to be high sublinks. So there's no point in doing another control sublink unless I'm going to have another Mechanitor controlling worker bots, which is not the case. We could do Mech Commander helmets or bandwidth packs, but there's, again, unless I add another Mechanitor, there's no one needs a bandwidth pack or a Mech Commander helmet. So I would think, if I'm just to theorize, maybe a bandwidth pack and then 1 gestation processor would be the way to go. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm not going to pull, because I do think that getting another Mechanator might be a good idea. I just don't know who it should be. Maybe that person isn't even born yet. Speaking of births, 2.6 days left for Kawakirk Guero's child to be born, and 2.6 for another Kawakirk Guero hybrid as well. Wendy's rifle is put away. And yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate I forgot that skip shield blocks everything. And I basically doomsday launched myself, but it turned out fine. So there's some repairs that are needed to be done, like this smooth slate is about to fail, and that's a really bad failure point. So let's go ahead and schedule everybody off of being forced inside. Doing the same to the mechs. I'm going to have the lifter mechs go back to hauling. Kish will be unrestricted. And then the cleaner bots behind the walls, Fing face behind the walls. I think that's right. Cool. Soulwane and Critical Vox is already regestating, so all of the losses suffered in that battle will be replaced in 2 days and 20 hours. 20 hours is so much faster to do those gestational processors, huh? We have a few mechs to repair, like Marauder, but that shouldn't take too long. And Kish is already patching up holes where the sappers broke from last stream. How's it going, Miss Wendy? Craving some blood. I don't think you can give blood while they're sleeping. Image impacts disabled by food restriction. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Cannibal lavish meals. Cannibal lavish meals. I don't think that tooltip is correct. I think it's that she's death resting, but it's throwing the wrong tooltip, I'd imagine. Because clearly image impacts is now allowed, and she still can't be given it. So, yeah. Gonna go with, doesn't work while you're sleeping. Which is fine. Question for you, chat. Should we allow the vampire slave Kath to death rest? Like, do I make a room for it? Do I bother with it? Or is it so not necessary for Wendy to care about that it just isn't done? Have you guys decide that? So the external walls to the west are replaced. Next thing I hope Kish patches up is the north wall gap, because that's a bad one to have. That's a huge vulnerability. Wendy's on ice for another 1.8 days. At least she'll be happy when she comes out. She'll have hemorrhaging cravings, but she'll just bleed the prisoners. I'm gonna let Mitty go. Mitty's been at that for a while. And Frosty, guess what? You've now inherited the repair imperative. There's obviously a lot of mechs that are very damaged and need some help here. Oh, Mass is already starting to repair them. Perfect. But yeah, having a very broken down... Wait, you're hauling one steel? What? Because your manipulation is 2%? Oh my god. Alright, you are going to the recharge zone. Don't even bother hauling one steel at a time. This is like the Buddhist, like... raking sand or something, or like even trying to eat rice with chopsticks, like one husk at a time. Really? Really? Are you kidding? Breachers? Ah, stop it. Just stop. Just quit it. Quit being jerks, Randy. So we have breachers coming from the northeast. I'm going to use 88 Jack's Insanity Lance to soften them up. And I'll probably call allies. I'll call Inalor. Or Mass will try to call Inalor. Mass has a small fraction of her brain left. Alright, so we've called in Inalor. Looking at the relationships, it looks like I need to gift some stuff to Glitterworld Empire soon. So I hope that T-Sang has time to do that soon. Yeah, Randy just wants to mess with me, clearly. Looks like you guys do want to death rest Kath. Cool. Well, Kath. Let's start death resting just in your normal bed. That will work just fine. So, Jack, you're heading up here with an Insanity Lance. The allies... Oh, God, really? That's all you sent? 7 dudes with, like, frontier weapons? That's sweet. I don't mean it. Shoot. Bryzit, I need you to make this granite wall, like, immediately. Because, I mean, they're breachers, so maybe actually making a wall doesn't even make sense. Ah, crap. Bryzit, come down here and talk to the Glitterworld Empire. So Kath is now death resting. Where are you even going? Oh, okay. You're actually going to the fight. For a second, it looked like they weren't. Military aid is on a half-a-day cooldown. And the other thing is I'm going to lose my alliance if I do it. So let me quickly throw together like a care package just so that we can remain allied. And then we'll have to very, very rapidly gift some additional stuff in order to keep our alliance going. What do I send them? I just need like a point or two. Send them a slave strap, a t-shirt. I don't know. Steel Warhammer Masterwork, because I don't think I'm going to use it. And 150 human leather. That should be enough. Sorry, Mitty, gotta wake you up. From one emergency to another. Because it sometimes be like that. So what I really want to do is punch the termite out. So with 88 Jack, I'm hoping to maybe Insanity Lance some of the centipede blasters in the back. But I think I am going to require a lot of mech sacrifice in this fight, just because I've had no time. So my own mechs, my combat mechs, will go to Area 1 that it just designated. And it looks like Marauder's mostly repaired, but like kind of low energy. I just hope it's fine. Alright, Jack, where are you? Ah, good. You're almost there. Mitty, you're in a really bad mood. Night all in daytime? Yeah, go to sleep. Alright, so Mass is going to need to be nearby to control those mechs. I'm going to put Mass behind these walls, because Mass isn't going to be combat effective. And then, Bryzit, you keep hauling to the transport pod with T-Sang, maybe? Trying to get that gift bag out. I don't know what this thumper's doing, but Frosty and Mitty... Oh, Mitty is asleep. So, Frosty, you're going to come and help. Here we go. Here's the big lances. There we go. And then Jack, without the shield belt, which sucks, Jack is going to start working on that thumper, that termite. Come on, berserks. Okay, good. Where is Bryzit? Load the pod. At this point, actually, you get up here. I'll have T-Sang and Cactus load pods. Maybe I won't need allies, but I'd like to have them and not need them. Like, have the option of calling them in if I need to. Jack, you are really ill-equipped for this. Get out, actually. Because very soon... Oh, great. Very soon, these mechs are going to have nothing better to do but to slice you... Oh, it's already happening. Why, of course. Alright, let's try to get our dudes in position, and I'm going to start releasing war urchins with Dai as cannon fodder. Smash is going to hang out in this area. Jack is just going to get sliced. Jack, for reference, is one of the melee grunts, so I'm just going to have Jack hold his ground, because it's not like he's going anywhere. He's just... He doesn't have a, he doesn't have the locust armor like the rest do. So he's downed with 5 hours left, and that's fine, because Lo will be in the wings waiting to rescue. Surprisingly enough, the allies took decent cover, and they're still alive, which is... Okay, there they go. Now they're fleeing. But that's unexpected, because they usually flee immediately. Oh, you should be assigned to Group 2, so that I can tell you to do stuff. Like releasing war urchins. Being released. Alright, I'm going to choke up. The ones that I berserked are downed, so now we're just dealing with the remainder. And I'm hoping to fight around... Oh, don't do that. I'm hoping to fight around... to take out the centipedes effectively. Where? Oh, Foxes is down. That's right. Don't worry, Jack. I'm shooting around you. He's like, dude, don't miss. Yep. Alright. Release more war urchins. I'll pay for the steel tomorrow. Alright, Marauder, I'm going to have you choke up because you're a pretty good tank. Frosty, your shield belt is about to fail. Noted. Marauder, I'm going to have you go, like, brawl these centipedes. The urchin spam is working out pretty good, though. Judea and Alejandro need some help. Once Orange Chaos closes and Marauder closes, and I'll treat Marauder like a brawler at this point, it should be a lot easier to deal with them. So I can tell Marauder to go here, and then tell him not to fire at will, so that the giant sphere cannon won't be used. Probably don't need any more war urchins, I'd imagine. Looks like I have enough. Good. Frosty's doing a really good job chopping up the mechs. And then we're just going to be down to 2 centipedes. Lo, you are coming up here to tend to Jack. There is a fire next to Jack, and Jack only has 3 hours to live. Isaac, get closer. You're shooting orange. And then these mechs... These mechs probably could go back to recharge zone. Or just away. Alright. You can go back to recharge. At this point, the time it takes them to close the distance into the fight, they're not going to be even useful anymore. Because these blasters are almost dead. Okay, there goes one. Any idea what the next RimWorld theme will be? Yes. It is already known. My Patreon patrons have voted on it. Okay, that fight's done. Did you 10 Jack already? No, you didn't. I'm 100% sure I told you to do it. And then you took out the meds, dropped them on the ground, and said, "Job's done." That, my friend, is what we consider laziness in this colony. Alright, Randy. Enough out of you. Quit sending me mechs. If you're going to send me attackers, make it meat. Make it humans. Humanoids. Alright, let's rescue. All mechs return to the recharge bay. And we'll have critical voxes back in 3 hours and 1.3 days for slowing. And then Wendy herself will be back in 1.4 days as well. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 19th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigos,